Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is CS Harshdeep Singh Narula and today we are going to discuss about should you file a single trademarks application for multiple trademark classes or should you file a separate trademarks application for each class. For example, if you are into multiple businesses which falls under different classes, so should you file a single application and put those two classes or more than those two classes in a single application, or should you file every other application, separate application for each and every class? For example, if your products or services are falling under class 3, class 5 and class 35, so should you file a single application for class 3, class 5 and class 35, or should you file multiple applications, one for class 3, another for class 5 and one more for class 35? So we are going to decode about that. Before beginning this, I'll introduce myself first. I am CS Harshdeep Singh Narula. I have more than 5.5 years of experience in intellectual property, in trademarks, in copyrights, patents, designs, and startup advisories, along with corporate and legal advisory. So I hope that the basic understanding of the trademarks is clear to you because that's why you are watching this video. This video is for those who have already knowledge of trademarks, who have filed their trademarks application or who are going to file their trademarks application. So we'll not discuss about the definition of trademarks here. We'll just go to the definition of trademarks application. So what do you mean by a trademarks application? A trademarks application refers to the formal process of applying to register a trademark with the appropriate government authority, that is IP India in India. This process involves submitting an application that includes information such as trademark itself, the word, the logo, if any, the details of applicant, the details of user claim, other documents like power of attorney, etc. Moving further, the trademarks application typically undergoes the examination by trademark office to ensure that every it meets every legal aspect, every clerical aspect. Moving further, that it meets legal requirements for registration, including distinctiveness and non-conflict with the existing trademarks. That means it's free of all clerical errors. Also, it's free of objections like under 91A, 11(1)A, 91B, etc. So, moving further, what is the trademark class for the multiple application? A multiple class application allows for the filing of a single application to cover multiple classes of goods or services under a trademark law. When filing a trademarks application for multiple classes within a single application, it is categorized under class 99. So in the in the initial part of this video, we were discussing that you have to file an application which falls into class 3, class 35 and class 5. And if you're going to file a single application for all these three classes, then the application code, the application class would be class 99. It will be categorized under class 99. However, when you'll open the application, there will be separate categories mentioned in the 99 as well. When you will file in 99, you will see that class 3, class 35 and class 5 in your application, each and everything segregated. However, it is being filed only a single application. That's why it is categorized as class 99. Moving further, however, the application is organized and separated according to the specific classes relevant to the goods and services being protected. Each class is properly delineated within the class 99. That means each class is being explained separately in the class 99 application, ensuring clarity and accuracy in the classification of the goods and services. Suppose if a company is in the business of both software development, that is class 42, and in the online retail services like e-commerce, that is class 35. So these 35 and 42 can be filed in a single application, that is class 99 in the category 99. That means a multiple class application. Now coming to the main question, which is the topic of this video, whether you should file a single application, trademarks application for multiple class, or file a separate application for each class. So the answer to the same is you should always file a separate application for each class. Suppose you are filing under class 35, class 42 and class 44. File three separate applications apart from, instead of filing one application, single application. I'll explain how. There are following reasons for it. So there is no differences in fee. There is no difference in the government fee whether you file a multiple class application or file a separate application for each class. That means if you are filing three classes, if the per class it's 4500 for you, that means you will be paying 13,500 rupees. Even if you file single application, even if you file three different separate applications. Let's illustrate this with an example. Suppose you need to file a trademarks application for your brand in class 30 and class 31. Even if you file them together in multiple class application, the fee will be still be charged on per class basis. This means that whether you file two separate applications, one in class 30 and one in class 31, or file them together in multiple class, then the fee will remain same. So this is one of the reason you should file separate applications. Now we are coming to the main reasons. The chances of acceptance in case of reason number 2, the chances of acceptance in case of multiple class application are lower in consideration with the separate class, separate application for each class. That means if you're filing three classes in a single application, or more than three or more than two, whatever the case may be, you're filing it in the single application, that is a multiple class application, the chances of acceptance are very low when in comparison to the single class application. I'll explain how with an illustration. Suppose you need to file a trademarks application for your brand in class 21, class 25, and class 28. In such scenario, if there is a possibility of objection in any of those classes, let's say there is a possibility of objection under section 11.1 in class 25 and class 28. You are filing for three classes, 21, 25, 28. There is objection under 25 and 28 under section 11.1. That means your mark is phonetically similar. Then the trademark won't be accepted until all the objections are addressed and cleared. For instance, you received an objection, you did not receive in 21, you just received in 25 and 28. However, it is a multiple class application, and you filed a reply to the examination report. Your reply was satisfied under 25. However, your hearing is marked because of class 28. Then this means that your whole application 21, 25, and 28 will be cleared only at the time of hearing. Moving further, however, if you filed a separate application, one for class 21, other for class 25, other for class 28, then what would have happened? For the 21, it would have been accepted like this because there was no possible objection. For 25, it would have been accepted in next 2 to 3 months or next 3 to 4 months after you have filed the reply to the examination report. That means now you have one accepted class in your hand, two accepted classes in your hand, 21 and 25. Moving further, now for the 28, it will be marked for the hearing. The hearing would be decided after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whether it will be accepted or it will be refused. So now there are bright chances if you file separate application, your mark will be accepted because you already have two registered classes, that is 21 and 25. Moving further, first one was no difference in the fees. Reason to file separate application. Second is chances of acceptance are much higher. Third is chances of refusal. The chances of refusal in multiple class application are much higher as compared to the single class application. Let's illustrate with an example like we did in the last scenario of chances of acceptance. So in the last scenario we discussed about 21, 25, and 28. Now we'll take note of class 3, class 5, and class 35. In such scenario, for example, the same scenario, there is the same scenario. You get an objection under 5 and 35. However, for the class 3, there was no objection. Class 3 got accepted if it was filed in the separate class. However, it did not get accepted because you have filed in the multiple class application. Now, for the class 5, you got objection under 11.1. For 35, you got objection under 11.1. You filed a reply. It was satisfactory, and now the hearing is marked for your application because of class 35. Now, in the hearing, what will happen? You got no objection in class 3, you cleared the objection in class 5, and you got hearing for the class 35. If the examiner is not satisfied at the time of hearing, then all these three classes, 3, class 5, class 35, your application will be marked refused. Now, what would have happened if we would have filed separate applications? If we would have filed separate application, your mark would have been cleared for class 3 and it would have been registered in next 4 to 6 months. After class 5, you satisfied with the reply, it got also registered. And for the 35, now when we talked about the multiple class application, why the chances of refusal was higher? Because you did not had any merits. Now you have merits. You can say to the officer, we have class 3 and class 5 registered trademark, associate class 35 application with those two. Now you'll get now your class 35 will also get accepted. So in conclusion, there is there is no difference in the fees. Chances of acceptance are higher in separate class, single class application. You will file separately. Chances of refusal are higher when you file multiple class application. Separate applications, when you file for the every class, each and every class, they are much more flexible than multiple class application. Considering these points, it's generally advisable to file separate application for each class to maximize the chances of successful trademark registration and mitigate potential risk. Whether deciding when deciding whether to file single application or for multiple class, it's crucial to consider several factors. While there is no difference in the government fees, multiple class application often face lower chances of acceptance, a higher risk of refusal. Always file separate application. This is what uh, I conclude in very short. So this was all about it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any other questions regarding trademarks, please feel free to comment down. My phone number is also mentioned, my email is also mentioned. You can contact me anytime. Thank you very much.